Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy Ears. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And in this video, we're going to be going over the new 10 best class setups to use in Black Ops Cold War right now. The like goal on this video is going to be 350 likes. So if you guys want to see any more best class setups, best settings, tips and tricks, or maybe even a potential gameplay breakdown where I break down and analyze my gameplay, or potentially break down and analyze your gameplay to help you guys improve, make sure you guys absolutely smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications. Let me know down in the comment section right now, what is your favorite gun to use in Black Ops Cold War right now? So that being said, let's get right into the class setup. Now, for the first class setup, we're going to be creating the no recoil AK47 class here in Black Ops Cold War. If you guys are simply trying to increase your KD ratio or go for your first nuclear, I highly recommend you guys going ahead and checking out this class setup. It's the best of both worlds, and honestly, it's the most universal class in the entire game. So for the AK-47, we're actually going to be skipping over the optic because in my opinion, the AK-47 has some of the cleanest iron sights in the entire game, and it's very easy to see enemies across the map. So for the muzzle, we're going to be running the GRU suppressor. Then we're going to be going over to the barrel, and we're going to be selecting the 18.2 VDV reinforced barrel. We're going to be going to the body and running the Tiger Team Spotlight for reveal distance so we can see enemies further away across the map. We're going to be using an underbarrel, and we're going to be selecting the Spetsnaz grip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. We're going to be running the VDV 50 round fast mag so we can take out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 enemies at a single time without actually having to reload. In my opinion, the best magazine to run on the AK-47. For the handle, we're going to be using the GRU elastic wrap for aim down sight time, flinch resistance, as well as aiming while going to prone. The best handle to run on any weapon in Black Ops Cold War. And then finally, we're going over to the stock, and we're going to be running the KGB skeletal stock, which is going to add sprint to fire time so we can ready our weapon faster off of a sprint, and also aim walking movement speed so we can walk around, aim down sight, ready for each and every gunfight, and in turn winning more gunfights here in Black Ops Cold War. And that's exactly how you're going to get your first nuclear. Now, this is going to be the no recoil AK-47 class setup in this game. For my secondary, I'm always running the Gallo SA-12. This is going to be my staple secondary for every single class setup that I run in this game. Now, for the attachments, I like to run it with the duckbill choke. I like to also use the 24.8 task force barrel. I run the SWAT 5 milliwatt laser for hipfire accuracy. I run the Stanag 12 round tube, and then finally I run the marathon stock for sprinting move speed, shooting move speed, sprint to fire speed, as well as aim walking movement speed. Overall, the best Gallo SA-12 secondary class that you guys can run in this game, and honestly, one of the best fallback weapons to use when trying to go for high kill games or your first nuclear. Now for the tactical, I like to run the stem shot. Lethal, I like to run the Steve 4, as well as the field upgrade. I'm always running the jammer, and then for perks, I'm running flak jacket, scavenger, as well as ninja, all possible with the gunfighter wildcard. My secondary, my tactical, my lethal, my field upgrade, my perks, my wildcards are the same for all of my class setups because this is what works for me, and I believe what's going to work best for you guys, especially if you guys are trying to increase your KD or going for your first nuclear. Now, for my second class setup, we're going to be creating another no recoil class. This is going to be utilizing the XM4. This is going to be an AK-47 replacement. So for those of you who may not like the AK-47, or for some reason have not maxed out the AK-47 but have maxed out the XM4, here's the class that you guys definitely want to go ahead and check out. So for the optic, we're going to be using the Microflex LED for a more clear sight picture. You can actually pinpoint enemies and take them out at longer ranges. For the muzzle, we're going to be using the agency suppressor for muzzle flash concealment as well as vertical recoil control. For the barrel, we're going to be running the 13.5-inch task force barrel for increased damage, effective damage range, and also bullet velocity. For the body, we're running again the Tiger Team Spotlight for reveal distance. For the underbarrel, we're going to be running the Field Agent Grip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, we're running the Salvo 50 round fast mag. The same reason why we run it on the AK47, we're running it on the XM4. For the handle, we're going to be running, again, the Airborne Elastic Wrap, the absolute best handle to use for any weapon in this game. And then finally for the stock, we're running the Raider Pad so we can have sprint to fire time as well as aim, walking, movement speed. This is going to be the absolute best XM4 class setup here in Black Ops Cold War, and I highly recommend you guys going ahead and checking this out immediately. Now, we're going to be going over to a Krig 6 loadout. The Krig 6 is one of the most underrated weapons in the entire game. I don't really see that many people giving it that much love, but this gun is an absolute monster. Now for the Krig 6, again, we're running an optic, and we're going to be using the Microflex LED because this is going to be an incredibly accurate AR on par with the AK as well as the XM4. For the muzzle, we're going to be running the Agency Suppressor. For the barrel, we're going to be running the 19.7 takedown barrel. For the body, we're running again the Tiger Team Spotlight. For the underbarrel, we're running the Field Agent Grip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, we're running the Salvo 50 round fast mag so we can take out as many people as possible in a single clip. For the handle, we're going to be again running the Airborne Elastic Wrap. And then finally for the stock, we're going to be running the Raider stock for sprint to fire time as well as aim, walking, movement speed. Overall, a fantastic Krig 6 class that you guys should definitely go ahead and check out if you guys are trying to look for an underrated weapon that you can use as a replacement for the XM4 as well as the AK47. Now we're going to be switching over to the Marksman rifles, and we're going to be using the M16, which is still incredible even after its nerf. So for the M16, we're going to be jumping to an optic, and we're going to be using the Quick Dot LED so we can have a clear sight picture. We can pinpoint and absolutely line up our shots, and in turn getting a one burst kill with this gun. For the muzzle, we're going to be running the Agency Suppressor for muzzle flash concealment as well as vertical recoil control. You want to kind of turn down the recoil on this weapon so it's easier to hit all the bullets in the burst so you can get a one burst kill. For the barrel, you're going to have to run the 20.5 inch Task Force barrel for damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity. It's going to be very important to run this attachment. For the body, we're going to be running the Tiger Team Spotlight again for reveal distance to see enemies further away. This is a Marksman rifle. For the underbarrel, we're going to be running the Field Agent foregrip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, we're not going to be running anything that's going to be increasing the magazine size, but for faster reloads, we're running the SAS mag clamp. Now, if you guys do not like the SAS mag clamp, personally for me, I love this on this gun. You guys can run the Salvo 54 round mags, but personally, I vibe with the SAS mag clamp. For the handle, we're going to be running the Airborne Elastic Wrap. And then finally for the stock, we're running the Raider Pad again for sprint to fire time and aim, walking, movement speed. Because this is a Marksman rifle, a burst rifle, being able to walk around, aim down sight is going to guarantee ready for every single gunfight and pretty much winning all those gunfights in this game. This is going to be a deadly M16 class setup I want you guys to go ahead and check out. This is going to be kind of like my AK-47 class setup, where if you guys have not gotten a nuclear yet, this is probably going to be a class that you guys are probably going to get that nuclear secured using. Now, we're going to be using probably one of the most overpowered guns in the entire game. Probably the best gun technically in the game as this current meta stands. Going to be the DMR-14. This gun is absolutely disgusting. Now, for the DMR, the optic, we're running the Vision Tech 2X. I love this optic on this gun. You're going to get an enhanced zoom optic picture, but it's still not going to be obstructive and not destroying your peripheral vision. Now, for our muzzle, we're going to be using the Agency Suppressor. For the barrel, we're going to be going down and running the 20.8 Task Force barrel. If you guys have an absolutely ridiculous trigger finger, the titanium barrel is also going to be really good on this weapon. For the body, again, we're running the Tiger Team Spotlight. For the underbarrel, we're going to be running the Field Agent foregrip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, we're going to be running the Salvo 30 round fast mag. For the handle, we're going to be running the airborne elastic wrap. And then finally, for the stock, we're going to be also running the Raider stock. So we have increased sprint to fire time and, again, aim walking movement speed. So we can walk around, aim down sight, and win every single gunfight with this overpowered semi-automatic Marksman rifle. This is probably the best gun in the entire game as of right now. If you guys absolutely need to destroy a lobby, you guys don't feel bad using it, I recommend you guys going ahead and checking out this DMR 14 class setup. Now for the 6th class setup, we're going to be using one of my favorite guns in the entire game, and honestly one of the most satisfying SMGs to use in Call of Duty history, the MP5. So for the first attachment, we're not going to run an optic because the MP5's iron sights are absolutely perfect. Now for the muzzle, we're going to be running the agency suppressor. We're also going to be going over to the barrel and running the 9.5-inch task force barrel for increased damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity. One of the best barrels to run on this gun. Now, if you guys do not like to run the task force barrel because of the increased recoil, you can also run the 9.5-inch reinforced heavy barrel for just effective damage range as well as bullet velocity. Now, for the 3rd attachment, we're going to be using the body, and again, we're running the Tiger Team Spotlight. For the underbarrel, we're going to be running the Field Agent Grip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. This is going to be mandatory on this weapon because of its increased recoil using that task force barrel. Now for the magazine, we're going to be running the Salvo 40 round fast mag, so we can be locked and loaded and have as many bullets in the clip as possible because this is going to be a run and gun SMG class setup. For the handle, we're going to be using the airborne elastic wrap. And then finally for the stock, we're running the Raider stock, so we can go ahead and have increased sprint to fire time and also aim walking movement speed with this weapon. Overall, going to be the best MP5 class up to use in Black Ops Cold War. If you guys are looking for something that you guys can run and gun with, but yet still take enemies out at a distance. Now, we're looking at the 2nd best SMG in the game that's not a DLC weapon, which is going to be the AK-74U. Overall, amazing. High damage. It's like a pocket assault rifle, the pocket AK-47, and I have a class up you guys definitely need to go ahead and check out. Now, we're not going to run an optic on this gun because the iron sights are absolutely perfect, and specific attachments actually change the iron sights on this weapon, making them, believe it or not, a lot cleaner. Now for the muzzle, we're going to be using the GRU suppressor, which actually goes ahead and changes the iron sights on this weapon. So we're definitely going to go ahead and put this on it. We're also going to be off the radar and have vertical recoil control, which is going to be key because we're running an attachment that's going to be slightly increasing the recoil on this weapon. Now for the barrel, we're going to be running the 10.3 task force barrel, which is going to add damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity. I highly recommend you guys going ahead and running this barrel because it's going to completely transform the iron sights as well as how this weapon operates at medium as well as longer ranges. It is a melt machine, the hardest hitting SMG in this game. Now for the body, obviously, we're running the Tiger Team Spotlight. For the underbarrel, we're running the Spetsnaz grip so we can have vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. Going to be mandatory on this weapon. For the magazine, we're running the VDV 50 round fast mag so we can stay locked and loaded and have as many bullets in the clip as possible. Again, we're going to be running and gunning with this high damage SMG. Going to be a very important attachment to run. For the next attachment, running the handle, it's going to be the GRU elastic wrap. And then finally, we're going to be going ahead and running the stock, which is going to be the KGB skeletal stock, so we can have sprint to fire time as well as aim walking movement speed, so we can ready our weapon faster off of a sprint and also walk around aim down sight, making this weapon a lot easier to use when you guys are trying to run and gun. This is going to be the highest damage SMG in this game that I highly recommend you guys going ahead and checking out. It's phenomenal. The pro players consider this weapon incredibly overpowered. It even banned task force barrel on this weapon because of how much damage it puts out. Now for this next class setup, we're gonna be looking at the MAC-10, which is honestly one of the most broken guns in this entire game. It's probably gonna get nerfed, so go ahead and use and abuse this while you can. So for the MAC-10, we're running it with a muzzle. We're not gonna run an optic on this gun because the iron sights are crystal clear with this SMG. I recommend you guys going ahead and putting on the agency suppressor so you can have muzzle flash concealment as well as vertical recoil control. Now, with the MAC-10s upcoming, if you guys are watching this when it's already out, recoil nerf, because I know that's what they're going to do with this weapon, you're going to want to run the SOCOM Eliminator on this gun because it's going to add 85% muzzle flash concealment as well as 17% vertical recoil control, kind of reverting the nerf and making this weapon a lot easier to use at medium to longer ranges. So for the barrel, we're also going to be running the 6.1 reinforced heavy barrel, which is going to add effective damage range as well as bullet velocity. I'm not running the task force barrel because it's going to add too much recoil, making this weapon incredibly unusable at longer ranges. Now for the body, again, we're running the Tiger Team Spotlight. For the underbarrel, we're running the Field Agent Grip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, we're going to be going over and using the Salvo 53 round fast mag. Pretty much self-explanatory because of how fast this weapon shoots. You're going to want to be locked and loaded and being able to run and gun as effectively as possible. Definitely having a 53 round fast mag is going to be the way to go when running this weapon. For the handle, we're going to be running the airborne elastic wrap. And then finally for the stock, we're going to be running the Raider stock. Again, so we have sprint to fire time as well as aim, walking, movement speed. In my opinion, the absolute best stock to run on the MAC-10. This is going to be, again, the absolute best and fastest killing MAC-10 class setup in Black Ops Cold War. Probably one of the best SMG builds in this entire game. And if you guys are looking for a gun to absolutely shred, and I mean shred the enemy team, definitely go ahead and equip the MAC-10 with this specific attachment loadout for your class setup. Now, for class setup number 9, we're looking at the Mini Uzi, aka the Milano A21. Now, for the Milano, I don't like running an optic because, again, the iron sights on this weapon are crystal clear. Now for this gun, I like to run the SOCOM Eliminator on this weapon so we can have muzzle flash concealment as well as vertical recoil control. I actually do not like to suppress the Milano A21 because I feel like this gun just works better loud and proud. Now for the barrel, we're going to be going ahead and running the 10.6 Task Force barrel for increased damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity on this weapon. Going to increase the damage of the Uzi, making it a monster. Now, for the body, again, we're going to be running the Tiger Team Spotlight because it's going to be a high damage SMG that we can actually use at longer ranges. For the underbarrel, we're going to be running the Field Agent Grip for vertical recoil control as well as horizontal recoil control. Going to be a very important attachment on this gun to kind of tone down that vertical recoil increase that the Task Force barrel does give us on this weapon. For the magazine, we're running the 55 round fast mag, the Salvo 55 round fast mag, so we can stay locked and loaded with this weapon, keep engaging gunfights, and use 55 of the highest damage caliber SMG to use. It's going to be one of the best attachments to run on this gun. For the handle, we're going to be running the airborne elastic wrap because it's going to be absolutely perfect when trying to run and gun with an SMG. And then for the stock, we're running the Raider stock so we can have increased sprint to fire time as well as aim, walking, movement speed. Going to be perfect on this SMG so we can walk around, aim down sights, and also ready a weapon faster off of a sprint. This is going to be the absolute best Milano A21, aka the Mini Uzi class setup here in Black Ops Cold War. Highly recommend you guys going ahead and checking this gun out. Now, finally, we're looking at an underrated SMG, the Bullfrog. Now, the Bullfrog, honestly, I love this gun. It's really, really fun to use, and I think you guys will definitely enjoy it. Now, for this, we're not running a muzzle, or now, for our final class setup, we're going to be running the Bullfrog, which is going to be one of the most underrated SMGs in Black Ops Cold War. I think you guys will definitely enjoy this class. Now, for the Bullfrog, we're not going to be running an optic because, again, the iron sights are crystal clear with this weapon. I really like how all of the SMGs have clear iron sights. It kind of opens up your attachment options. Now for the muzzle, I like to run the GRU suppressor on this weapon because we're going to have, muzzle flash concealment as well as increased vertical recoil control. Now for the barrel, we're going to be running the 7.4 inch Task Force barrel for damage, effective damage range, as well as bullet velocity on this weapon. For the body, again, we're running the Tiger Team Spotlight so we can have increased reveal distance so we kind of see enemies further away and increase our peripheral vision. For the underbarrel, we're running the Spetsnaz grip for vertical as well as horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, we're going to be running the VDV 85 round fast mag. I love the 85 round fast mag on this weapon because we're going to have plenty of ammo to just run and gun and just mow down the enemy team. This is fantastic on the Bullfrog. Yes, it is overkill, but hey, that's exactly how I like to run this weapon. For the handle, we're going to be running the GRU elastic wrap. And then finally, we're going over to the stock and running the KGB skeletal stock for increased sprint to fire time as well as aim, walking, movement speed. If you guys are looking for an absolute spray and pray, run and gun, aggressive SMG, this is going to be the Bullfrog class setup you guys definitely want to go ahead and check out. These are going to be all of the best class setups to use here in Black Ops Cold War if you guys are trying to increase your KD ratio or go for your first nuke. Hopefully this video does help you guys out, and if you guys use any of these class setups and maybe drop your highest KD game or get your first nuclear, let me know down in the comment section of this video, and make sure you guys absolutely drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications. If you guys made it this far into the video, odds are you are enjoying the content or you are a very loyal subscriber, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Now, if you guys are unaware, every single night at 11:30 p.m. Central Time, I am live streaming Black Ops Cold War over on Caffeine.tv. Caffeine is a live streaming service that features a lot of popular Call of Duty content creators. As you guys can see here, Right Away is live right now on Caffeine, and he actually just dropped a nuclear. Now, if you guys want to watch me play Black Ops Cold War live and also potentially jump and play a few games with me, all you have to do is download the Caffeine app, or you guys can type caffeine.tv in the Google search bar. The app is available on Android as well as iOS. Now, once you guys actually get to the Caffeine website, or like I said, download the mobile app, you can go to the search bar and type in ears. Now, my Caffeine profile is literally caffeine.tv/ears. Exactly what you guys see on my YouTube channel is what you're going to see here on the Caffeine profile. My account is verified, so you guys know it is 110% me. So if you guys want to go ahead, chill in the live streams, play some Black Ops Cold with me, or just support me as a creator, make sure you guys download the Caffeine app, click on the link at the top of the description of this video, and come hang out on the streams.